Welcome to the weekly roundup. It's Division 2 time, Darcy.
TJ, it certainly is.
And it was all pretty one-sided, mate. So it's hard to dress it up too much. Nothing more one-sided than Foss Camden absolutely obliterating Broadview to the tune of 90 points.
So yeah, 21-10, 136 Foss Camden. Broadview just the 7-4-46. So top versus bottom, basically top versus bottom, or second versus
essentially.
Bottom.
Most of the damage admittedly was done in the last quarter when they kicked 8 goals, 3 to 1 point, but that says a fair bit about where the two teams are at. There is an absolute list longer than your Johnson for Foss Camden's
over half.
Yeah, half their teams kicked goals. Underwood was the chief to throw with 4. Inglis was their best player, one of our award winners this week.
Certainly is. And for Broadview, Slade, Shepherd, both with 3 goals in 7 goals. With White, the other individual goal scorer was Shepherd, being their best player.
Yep. Unley Mercedes have started to come good after a slow start to the year. 18 goals, 10-1-18. They've knocked off Scotch 5-2-32. Again, another one-sided game, and 7 scoring shots to 28 suggests that Scotch were never in the mix.
They're really struggling this year, Scotch. It's not a good sign for them either, so it's going to be another one in the year. Yeah,
it was good to see Oliver Moss return to top form with 8 goals. He was in the best players. A host of others kicked 2. Taggart was named the best for Unley Mercedes.
With his few goals there he kicked. And then we've got, for Scotch, we've got King with 2, Locke with 2, and Twopenny. Individual scorer with Giles and Twopenny. It's not saying the name, just the 2 best players. Twopenny is their best players. Fantastically done there, Darcy. Now,
Henley are the goods. They are going to be around at probably the last Saturday in September. It is, yes, final Saturday in September. And they proved why. They went to Gazer. It can be a tough place to play footy. Henley 17-11-113. Gazer 8-12-60. For Henley, Curry kicked 6 and Lane kicked 3. Gordison, Johncock both kicked 2. So that, for me, Darcy, is a lot. Yeah. Bubbles, Johncock only having to kick 2 in a game like that. So they're sharing it around. Thulis was their best player.
And, Jarman's probably scratched his head saying, what the hell do we have to do now? You've seen Henley, how good they are, but... we're going, what do we do? But we've got Alaka with 3.
David Loka.
Of course it is.
He played one of Hose's former teams.
It is, and he was 3rd best player for his 3 goals, with Hines and Stevens also coming up in the best players.
Hines, the captain, Stevens, their star, but there's not enough new names appearing in those games of best players, and that's a bit of a worrying sign. They haven't been able to develop. They've got a pretty decent junior program down there, but they haven't had a lot come through as other clubs have, and we rave on about it a bit about Teacher Gullies and the Modbury's and that, but they have these under 18s that step up well. So
also didn't see the big names in Henley either, like the Broadbents, etc. So they spread their best players around. So.
Yeah, yes, Timmy Broadbent, Elfenbeen's been a great recruit. So look, there was actually a couple of games that were reasonably close. Certainly the Athelston and Old Iggy's game was close because of the inaccurate kicking of Athelston, but they really had control of the game all day. It was Athelston 16-11, 107, Old Iggy's 14-4-88. So a 19-point win, but they were up by 31 points at 3/4 time, mate. They really had control of the game.
And just held on after that. So, Old Iggy's, they kicked us at 6 goals in the last quarter to try and do something with it, but couldn't get over the line. But look at the goal scorers for Athelston. It's Stewart with 3, Elliot with 3, then they spread around. It's got to be over half the team there, having a bit of a crack at the goals as well, with Owen and Fitzpatrick being the best players.
It is over half the team, mate. There's 11 goal kickers. For Old Iggy's, too much left to too few. They just had the 5 goal kickers. The chief destroyer being Lean, who kicked 7 and was named their best. There was one reasonably close game, mate, this week, and it's good to see Sacred Heart get a win. As we see Michael walk past in the backdrop. Good evening, Michael. We love Michael. We hear Michael laugh on our broadcast.
We had our drinks here.
I didn't drink. It was a close game all day, this one. Sacred Heart getting over the line in the end. 4 goals to 2 in the last quarter. Saw them win 14-7-91 to Pembroke 12-9-81. So Sacred Heart, they've lost their star Lockie Button with a broken leg, so we wish him all the best and hope he gets well, but they've certainly found a way. For Sacred Heart, Redden and Kokuro kicked 3, whilst Brooks was their best.
And Evans, of course, always in the goal scorers. He's probably pretty close to being the top goal scorer in this division with 3, and they spread around pretty evenly again after that with about 7-8 other players, and with Franklin and Falzon in the best players. So scores at level quarter time. 1 point at half time.
Yep.
3 points at three-quarter time, and then
they just did enough in the end.
They did enough. What a game that would have been to watch, though. Gee whiz, at Pembroke with the trees over the boundary. That could sort of, well, this still happens.
Probably relating back to my last comment in the previous game, it's someone like Ned Brooks hasn't been the best players yet this year. Steps up, gets the best on ground. The other one there is Jacob Labber. I'm not sure how to say it. Played 5 games this year, second time in the best, and just those little contributions, people stepping up, that's how you get over the line in games like that. So well done there to the boys from Shock. Too good, and that certainly keeps them in the mix. It's an interesting top 5 because you've got 4 teams on 4 and 2 between 2nd and 5th, and Henley streets above on top. Whilst at the other end, Broadview, well, they're getting relegated unless something drastic happens, and I think they'll get relegated with Scotch.
Yeah, it won't be Pembroke. I think Pembroke there are 8th. They're just the 2 and 4, but I don't think it'll be.
Still think Pembroke on their day. Jimmy Allen fires can beat anyone.
Evans at full forward there.
Yeah, they've got just a little bit of class. Whereas Scotch and Broadview, well, there we go. The ball hasn't dropped for them. We can say. Let's get on to this week's games, Das. On our
Scotch and Broadview.
Scotch and Broadview. Well, one of them's going to win this week, Das.
Right.
Who's it going to be?
Oh, look, I think Scotch. For me, I think they're just Broadview are just not having a good year at all without a win. Scotch have won one game. I think they won the one game. Sorry, and Scotch by not much. Even though it's at Broadview, I think Scotch are going to win their second game to keep something in line to avoid that relegation. Yeah,
I think I'm going to go against you, Das. I think Broadview will get a win this week. They must win this. If they don't win this, Scotch go 2 games in percentage clear of them, and they are looking right down the barrel. I think Broadview, Jacko's going to get them up for a big game. A few people need to help out Braden DePrince, who does a great job in ruck. They've obviously a huge turnover of players. Tigers haven't had a good year. They'll sing this song at 5 PM this Saturday.
We call this one now? Match of the round?
Oh, match of the round by an absolute country
Henley
mile.
and Foss. This is probably the grand finals. You never know, but pretty close to it. I think Henley and Foss Camden at Henley. I'm only going for Henley because it's there. I reckon they lost but nearly lost that one game. They were down all day, lost by won the last kick of the day a couple of weeks back. So I'm going for Henley there.
I'm only going for Henley because it's the best team in the competition. Littered with stars, some ex-SANFL players. They've recruited well, they coach well. They've learned from their mistakes last year, and they will win. Despite the fact I think Foss are certainly the top 3 team.
And we've got Old Iggy's and Pembroke, so one doing very well.
7th versus 8th, mate. The winner stays in touch with the 5, the loser finds touch with the relegation zone.
I reckon Pembroke for me, actually. Even though it's at Old Iggy's, in the parklands there, Pembroke, I reckon they're coming good.
Because Old Iggy's actual ground has been dug up there. It's playing behind now, so maybe that's been a bit of a disruption. We'll take Old Iggy's just to go against you, mate, but I think this one could certainly go either way.
That's it.
Come back to that one, that should have been our game right there.
Sacred Heart and Gazer. So
look, these 2 teams, it's 3rd versus 5th, they're both on 4 and 2. It could go either way, but I think Sacred Heart at home.
Sacred Heart at home, that new multi-million development they did down there at their oval.
Beautiful, actually, yes. I did. I went down there last year and had a look. It's a beautiful centre, and they've certainly done well. So it'd be a good place to play footy. A game of the round is actually our first Division 2 live call this year. It's only Mercedes Jets taking on Atherstone, so you can listen to that on mixlr.com.au. I believe we've got a live transmitter now, and if you're at the ground, you can listen to us live on 88.4 FM. So it's going to be a huge game. Atherstone sit 4th on 4 and 2. Only Mercedes, they need to win this, and they'll move into the 5. They're on 3 and 3 to 6. Your thoughts, Darcy?
I reckon only Jets at home. They are gone upgrade, obviously. Doing okay.
They've started to improve with Moss and Walk and a few of these other stars floating around. Perhaps I'm actually going to go for Atherstone. I think the Raggies are a team that do travel okay, and I think they'll get the chocolates just. That's it.
That's it.
That is Division 2 wrapped up in a nutshell. Make sure you listen to our live call, and thanks for joining us.
See you later.